Welcome to 2025. So welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about intention setting and why it is paramount for you. And just also want to talk about ending separation. I want to really help people get over that hurdle of seeing the twin as separate to you, because this is where the challenge is. So welcome, I'm Kathleen from Awakening Meraki. What a year this is going to be for twins. I can feel it. I know it. There's a lot going on just within my own community group. There's a lot going on collectively. I can personally feel it energetically. And I just know that this is going to be a very, very big year for twin flames. I can feel it at every single level. Everyone's talking about it, and I get why, because the energy is very masculine focused at the moment, which I'm actually going to do a separate video on today. Well, in this particular video, what I want to talk about is intention setting, ending separation, and just really learning that you are the powerhouse as the feminine energy. Do not underestimate your power. I want to start with this. I've actually put a promotion up, and it's going to be very limited because I've got quite a busy schedule, and I want to be able to offer this to people that are really fully going, you know what, I'm just going to go all in. I just want to get this separation done. I want to get out of this so I can feel better, so I can feel grounded, so I can feel solid in myself. And in fact, do you know what? I'm going to wrap. I'm in flow as always. I'm going to wrap in my other video into this, so it might be a long one. So maybe have a cup of tea, coffee, whatever you like. But anyway, because the other video I was going to do was around how do you know the masculine is awakening, and so I'm just going to wrap this all into this because I feel that it's all relevant. So first of all, why am I doing this promotion? I'm doing this because I want to really work. I'm someone that loves to work with people consistently, because that's where I see people get the shifts. That's where I see people grow and build that momentum. Guess what that all is? Masculine energy. And so, but I've only got limited availability because I'm only one human here, right? So that is what that's about. You can check that out in the link below in the comments section. But, you know, I've priced it at a place that's so affordable. You know, you're saving over $400, and even that I'm pretty affordable anyway. But I'm not here to sell anything to anybody. I'm just here saying this is what I've got available. This is my availability. And it is really designed for those that just want to go all in, that they actually want to end this separation, that they want to feel stable, anchored in, and in energetic balance. Right, so let's talk about ending separation. Separation is an illusion. It is not real. Now, if you are fairly new on this journey, or you're still super focused on 3D, you will not get this. You won't get it. And it's an energy. You are not separate from anything. I see energy. I see it everywhere. You know, when you're in this frequency of oneness, this is what I can really say to people is you realize that energetic balance is that God conscious energy, that you're now pulsating with the universe's energy. And that's why I'm seeing energy everywhere, because I'm literally in alignment with the universal energy. And so that's why manifesting becomes like just so quick and easy to me, because I'm in alignment. And when we're focused on 3D and we think that that's where our validation is, we are saying that's separate to us. We're saying it's disconnected. And when you are vibrating basically and in flow with the universe, you realize that you are the universe, that you always have been, and everything is just literally there. You've just got to match that frequency. And this journey is all about embodiment. It's about staking a claim, putting a line in the sand and going, I'm claiming this, it's my birthright, but I've got to get out of this lower dense energy and this lack and this need and this wanting and anxiety and all that stuff that's not really who you are. You're a soul. And this is about you getting deep and learning to cultivate and get to know yourself as a soul. The soul is limitless. The soul is, I had this phenomenal experience yesterday because I'm so conscious. I didn't have a good sleep the night before. Anyway, I was in and out of some la-la land, but I was super conscious. And I had this, I don't know if I teleported, not astral projection, because I've done that before and I know what that feels like. This is completely different. It was almost like I was in somebody else's body in a completely different reality. It was like I would just, I can't explain it. It was just weird. Anyway, I don't know why I'm sharing that. I'm just doing my ramble. But when you realize that you're a soul, you realize that you're so much more than just this physical body and the mind. And what you're learning to balance here is the body, the mind, and the soul while your feet are on 3D. And for the feminine polarity, what happens is we typically go with, I know I definitely went right up into 5D very quickly. So learning to balance my energy has been my biggest battle, but I'm very balanced now and it's great. And you feel stable. You just feel so much better within yourself, better than you've ever felt. You know, ending separation means stop looking in the physical world. And that's the challenge, right? Because we've always been taught to look in the physical world. We've been taught to hustle, to force, to strive. Ending separation means ending all of those patterns, those energetic patterns, ending all of those belief patterns. This is what ending separation is about. It's about realizing that you are soul, ending the patterns that are keeping you out of your soul, that are keeping you attached to the physical of everything, including the twin. Ending that those needs, those wants, those lack, those lower vibrational frequencies. You're not that. You're a high vibrational soul that harmonizes and pulsates with the frequency of the universe. And that is oneness. And that is when you realize that you are the creator and everything in 3D is literally a reflection of what's going on inside of you. It's a reflection of your inner state. When you've ended separation, you are in a completely different energy. You are realizing you are no longer, yes, you have this body and you respond by your name and you might have a job and you might have a family and you will have all those things, but that's not what you're identifying with anymore. You're identifying as soul first. And this is where I want to help people shift, really drive home that separation is not true. It's an illusion. And really you're the universe, and we want you harmonized with the universe, in sync with the universe, pulsating with the universe, so that you can manifest a phenomenal new life for yourself. I am excited because I'm going into my new office on Monday. And yeah, it's a whole new space for me. But yeah, super excited. And I want to help other people go down their path. Like, you will know, your soul will bring it alive for you when you're ready, when your soul's ready. Your soul brings everything into you, into your physical reality. Your job is to learn that your soul first, and then let soul, then it's like you surrender. But surrender's not just a one-time deal. It's happening over and over and over and over until you realize that surrendering is where the peace is. That is where the joy is. That is where everything happens. This is where energetic balance kicks in. So that's what I'm doing. I'm helping more and more people in this space to really, one, get the separation done and dusted. You're not separate from your twin. Your twin is here energetically, seriously here, pulsating into your third eye. Yeah. releasing all those expectations, all those wants and those needs. You don't need any of it. When you're soul, you don't need it. You honor and you value your energy over and above anything. Now, let's talk about how do we know that the masculine is awakening. Now, I'm going to throw a different spin on this, and it's going to be around your energy. This is how you know. Now, I want to put a caveat in here. Don't get all excited and start setting expectations that they're returning, okay? Soul will bring them in as per your divine soul's plan, not through anybody else's. It's through what your soul knows you need for your growth. And I'm going to throw this in here as well, because someone asked me, could I talk about why some of us go through big separations and why some have them in and out? Because your soul knows what you need. And let me tell you, if you've had huge codependency, the best thing that soul does for you is give you separations, big separations. The deeper the separation, the deeper the soul work. If you're really committed and you're all going in, you can be fully separate and not be doing the soul work, and you'll just remain in separation consciousness. But if you're doing the work, if you're investing and you're going all in and you're seeing what this journey is about, which is about you coming into wholeness, fullness and completeness and needing nothing outside of you, then, and you're doing that soul work and you're making that commitment, the separation is a gift. So it's what your soul's created for you. That's what your soul knows what you need. And this is why cultivating trust and building that connection with your soul is integral. So let's crack into these signs about how you know that the masculine is awakening. First of all, you feel more focused. You feel like, so I've got some notes. So I've got 6 things going on here. Focused. I'm going to actually, let's just run through the 6. You feel focused. There's inspired action. There's a level of confidence. You are disciplined and you're responsible for self, and there's energetic balance. So let's crack into all of these. So the first one is focused. You suddenly feel like you're focused. It's like, okay, I know where I'm heading. I know what I need to do. And what could that look like? Well, it could look like a number of things. It could look like I need to get out of this dynamics that I'm in, this marriage, for an example. I now have absolute clarity that this is not healthy for me. It's not where I want to be. And I'm now focused on removing this part of my reality. Or it could be, I know I need to get into my soul purpose. That's come online. And now I'm ready to start taking some action towards that. So you shift your focus off the 3D and you realize the focus is all on you. And you just feel like you energetically just go, I can actually put my attention onto something other than twin flame content, for an example, right? Or other than spirituality, period. You just realize that you want to be back more in the 3D. And it's like the first part of this journey is very like, depending on your journey. I know for me personally, everything in my physical world fell apart, and it needed to, because I was so attached to it. And so it fell apart. And it took me a long time to get balanced, because I was all up in the 5D very quickly. And it was hard. It was hard to find that balance and grounding myself and navigating this energy. So you won't be fully focused initially, but you'll start feeling like, I can put my attention somewhere else now. And it might still be baby steps, but it's still steps in that direction. Number 2, you're taking inspired action. So you've got a bit more clarity, you're more focused, and you're going, right, now I'm going to take inspired action towards it. Okay, so like going into an office for me, I could not have done that a year and a half ago. I just would not have been in the energetic space to deal with other people in 3D, because we all know that once we're out of there, it's hard to listen to people when you're all over the place. So you can take that inspired action. You're you're focused, you've got clarity, and you just know that this is what you've got to go do. So you start taking those actionable steps. So it could be leaving a marriage, changing jobs, but you've got that, let's talk about number 4, a level of confidence now back within yourself that you realize you don't need to stay in a relationship for security, whether that be emotional or safe, financial. You've got that confidence within you that you can actually take the inspired steps and be actionable and focused around where you're heading. And number 5 is you're responsible for self. You need nothing outside of you. You are going, and you might still be initially a little like unnerving around this, but you realize that this journey is about you. You've got to that place where you're like, okay, I fully get it. I'm now taking full accountability and responsibility for self. I am not relying on somebody to come flying in and save me anymore. I am my own savior. I am the one that creates my reality, and I might be shitting myself in the process, but I can now start to take some steps. The more you take those steps, the braver you get, the more energetic balance you come into. Number 5, I think I've gone around the wrong way a little bit anyway, is you're disciplined. You've got discipline back in your life. You've got more rhythm going in. So for an example, for me, everything just completely got tipped upside down. That's why our world crumbles, so that you can, because that's all not in alignment with you anymore. And now you've got to create the new. And so you slowly start putting more discipline in. And, for me, it was like, I started up my own purpose. I sold my home. I moved. I started going to the gym. I started showing up for me. I started realizing that this journey is definitely happening for me to come into alignment and know myself in a way that I never ever knew myself. And so you're more disciplined, you've got better rhythm. I'm eating better. Just everything in my life is just a million times better. Now, did it come easily? No. I was balancing, clearing energy through this whole process, having oscillations, but I knew that it was still happening for me. And so I would allow myself to be in the energy that I needed to be in if I was oscillating. But as you clear all that denser energy, you become more disciplined in yourself. You're like, right, you get a better routine, and that's the masculine within you, and it starts showing up even stronger and stronger and stronger with you energetically. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about what else goes on and wrap this up as best as I can. But number 6 is ultimately that you are in energetic balance. You feel yourself balancing energetically. Now, what are some of the other things that can happen here? You might start getting strong telepathy. You will know that telepathically you can feel the energy coming in. You feel better in yourself. You feel more anchored and more stable. And that's because the rise of the masculine is happening. Now, what's playing out in 3D, you don't need to focus on that. You need to focus on the energy. And the more you come into energetic balance, the more your masculine comes, because what happens is we focus a lot on this feminine energy first, and then the masculine then just realigns. And you might start seeing the actual physical representation of that showing up in your reality, but it might show up in other areas. Abundance, for starters, right? You got to have good masculine energy to hold the abundance, so the abundance will start to really show up. You might have a new job promotion. You might have new friends that come in, and you're just in energetic balance. You feel, so from a telepathic perspective, you might be getting really strong telepathy. For some, you're really guided in the 5D. I know I was very guided in the 5D for a long time. But you're not addicted to it anymore. You're not addicted to needing anything outside of yourself. You're just so, like all these traits that I've put down, being focused, inspired action, that confidence within you. You're fully accountable for yourself. You're showing up for yourself. You're more disciplined in yourself. And that just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Now, you may, if you're like me, you may see the energies. You may see it expanding. I see the energy through my third eye. So you'll see the masculine and the feminine energy, but it expands. You feel more soul is now driving this ship, not the ego structure. You're more conscious, you're more present. That is signs that your masculine is awakening, that they are going to start at some point. You might also start seeing a lot more synchronicities as well. At some point, they're going to show up. It's inevitable. So long as you're doing the work and you're choosing you, and intention is on you, not to get the masculine, because ending separation is ending that duality within you. It's about realigning yourself. It's about getting out of the egoic structure and realizing that the ego is creating a whole lot of noise that's not true. It's just stories that it's creating, and it's perpetuating a cycle within you, which is keeping you in toxic energy. So you really are collapsing that whole mind. You're using the mind in a more healthy way. That's why I said you're balancing the mind, the body, and the soul. But you just know you have. That's the other thing. You have a very deep knowing. You trust, and that knowing is like so strong in you that you don't listen or see. You don't even care what's playing out in 3D. You just know. You just know. You're so stable in yourself. You have absolute clarity. You are being guided by your soul. You're paying attention to your soul, and you're disciplined and you're focused, and you're just fully embodying you are the embodiment of who you truly are, which is union, which is you are the soul. You all of that. You're just releasing all the distortion that's not actually true. So that's how you're going to feel. That's it, and it's all energy, right? It's the energy is the language you speak here. And so that is my big little ramble. I've completely started this on one intention and then moved it, but anyway, that's okay. We're allowed to be in flow. We can set an intention and then be in flow with it. So if you need some help and support, if you really want to go all in, then do it. There's no regrets here, like there's just fully showing up for yourself. I cannot put into words how grateful I am that my soul came in and woke me the F up and got me out of my slumber, out of my slump, out of looking at everything in the 3D, shifted my whole physical reality. But I think what the biggest thing is that I can say, I went all in. I'm not having this for me. I'm not doing this for me anymore. I've had enough of my life. I've had enough of living my adult life, has been very, very tough. But I want to get out of that story, and I want to show up for me. I want to be the full embodiment of my soul, and whatever soul wants to bring in for me. And this is where we manifest from. We allow soul to bring it to us. You're in harmony with the universe. You don't go chase anymore. You just know it's going to show up in your reality because you've set that intention, and it's going to show up. And it will. So long as you're out of the when's it going to show up, and you're in the, it's already here, and you're the embodiment of it before the physical reality shows up. That's the key here. That's the magic keys. You become the embodiment of it before it shows up, whatever that is for you. So it could be your purpose. It could be your twin flame. It could be abundance. You're the embodiment of what you want to experience in your 3D. Now remember, your higher self is guiding you. Your higher self will be putting things into your awareness. It's not the mind coming up with it. You then use the mind to take that inspired action, to get focused, okay? To show up for self. This is what this journey is about. It truly is. There is not one excuse, and trust me, your mind will come up with a million excuses that can hold you back from being in physical union with your twin if they are on this planet. There's not one excuse that can stop you coming into full abundance. There's not one excuse that can stop you from living the life that you really know inside that you want for self. Okay? There's just not one. If they're there, you're creating them for yourself, and you are the owner here. You are the one that needs to start showing up. So those things that I have written down here and spoken about today is your masculine showing up, and your actual physical masculine will be in this energy as well. To imply that they are not is to say that they are separate to you. There is no separation. Okay, there is none whatsoever. If you are in the energy of energetic balance, they are equally in the balance, in that balance. Okay, it will show up in your physical reality when it's meant to, and not 1 second, not 1 nanosecond before or after. It will show up when you've gone through those experiences that you need to go through, so that the soul knows that you are fully anchored in, and you can hold and handle this connection in the 3D. We have to become the embodiment of it first, and you need to trust that if you're in a physical deep separation, it's for your highest good, and it's for your masculine's highest good, and your job as the energetic leader is to run with it, is to fully ground in and to fully become the embodiment, not to get the masculine, because that then implies that you don't have it, and you do. The more you do this work, the more you will resonate with what I'm saying. If you need some help and support and you're ready to commit to self and to go all in, I do have that there. That it's only going to be up for a few more days, because I'm very limited in terms of my own personal capacity. But it is something that I wanted to gift out for 2025 for those that are really going, you know what, I want this. I want to go all in. And I'm going to set that intention for myself, and I'm going to make that commitment. So anyway, that is my little 2025 start for the year. Have an amazing day, and look forward to sharing more of my own personal journey, actually, as I shift into my lovely office, which I'm super excited about. And I've decided today I'm going to go and buy a crystal, and I'm going to stick it in the office. Yeah, just excited and excited to be here and be in a beautiful energy where I can help and guide others to really elevate and come home to who you truly are, into your truth. Anyway, sending lots and lots of love.